Yep, just start, please. What the fuck, man? Alrighty. Alrighty, for anyone coming in or watching the live replay, hello, this is AYMB. I did a stream this morning, and I was planning to do an opbr stream, but unfortunately that is going to have to be postponed for a while, unless I can get my phone screen set up, but I need to re-download Prism Live and do all that stuff. Plus, I have more apps on my cell phone, and I've noticed it's been lagging a lot for my opbr app. So, yeah, that's probably not gonna work out. So I've had this problem like multiple times, like ever since I had downloaded it from Steam. Like, I just went to Steam, I downloaded opbr, but then I'd get this weird error message. It would tell me that there was this weird file that was disrupting the game, and then just a whole bunch of like Chinese characters under that. So I'm pretty sure it was in Chinese letters, not Japanese. But either way, I couldn't read it, and there was an error message whenever I tried to open the app. And that didn't happen when I first installed it. It was only after a few times, So I worked through the files. I tried to see if there was one file that was damaged or whatever it was, and there was always the one file that was, but I took care of that, and I set up my controller so I could use it when playing opbr on Steam. I got all that set up, I got the stream set up. All I had to do was click start stream, and I misclicked, and I ended up getting out of opbr. But when I came back into opbr, that stupid error message came back, and I'm just not gonna deal with it today. Sorry. I'll just try to focus on, I don't know, uploading the solo mission. I have some footage from League Gameplay. I could just make more League Gameplay videos until I get this problem fixed. I don't know, it was either this or Hightail. If you guys say Hightail, I can go back to playing Hightail with that tomorrow. But until then, I do want to still stream more. It's just, it probably won't be opbr for a bit. I'll try fixing this at some point. I just don't know what the heck's going on. It seems to be that just that one file keeps getting corrupted, and I don't know what's causing it. So, yeah. that's what I'm dealing with right now, and why I'm going to be playing Long Live the Queen. So, yeah. I played this game quite a while ago. It has been quite some time, but you know, this is like a game that has like multiple endings. You're just basically taking care of this young girl named Elodie. She's like 14 years old. She's about to be queen when she turns 15, and you know, at that age she'll be technically an adult in her world. But until then, she has a year to just study and just prepare herself. So you really need like notes for this game because a lot of stuff tends to happen, and you can die quite a few times in this game. It is fairly very hard to survive especially if you don't have any notes or anything. But yeah, just getting that taken care of right now while I'm talking. So, yeah. Also, my room is very chilly. I just need to put my blanket on me. It's right behind me. I was so busy trying to sort out all this stuff with opbr that I just forgot about my blanket, and now I'm shivering. Hey Yusuf, what's up? But anyway, that's all that happened. Just wanted to tell you guys, let you guys know what's going on, so that you're not confused and like, oh, hey Amy, I thought you were gonna play opbr. Well, I kinda can't on Steam right now, and it'll take me who knows how long to set up my cell phone for streaming again. So right now, my backup game will be Long Live the Queen or Hightail. So let me start. Okay, yeah. Use these notes. Your voice is messed up, I think. Oh. Also, be sure to put playback speed on 2, just to get caught up with the stream. I put it on ultra low latency, but sometimes it might be a little bit behind. Oof. Let's figure out what's going on. Hmm. Okay, my mic should be good now. Alrighty. Now it's good. Okay. Just a bit. Okay. Gonna start. So I'll try. Oh, wait 1 sec. Okay, there we go. Just had to turn that off. Alrighty. Time to play more Long Live the Queen. At least for now. And so this is Jocelyn. He's not very useful. He looks like Darien from Sailor Moon. We're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. And also, Jocelyn is the Duke of Caloris. Right now he is the regent of the Kingdom of Nova, which is the kingdom you're about to rule. So his wife, the Queen of Nova, the previous queen, had unfortunately just passed away. His brother is Armand, Duke of Mazomba. And then his daughter, the girl we're gonna be playing as, is only 14, but she'll be the new queen of Nova. So yeah, he'll be kind of not helping us throughout this journey. And we're Elodie. We're gonna be very sad for a little bit because our mother just passed away. So yeah, that's sad, but it is what it is, you know? I know when my grandmother passed away, I was very depressed like her too. It sucks when you lose people important to you. I know it's hard to leave your school and all your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday, but I know you can do it. You'll learn quickly and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. This is not what mother would have wanted. She wouldn't have wanted to die and leave me. No, she wouldn't, but sometimes bad things happen. We have to pick up and carry on. All of Nova depends on us, on you. I will be here to guide you until your coronation, but the decisions you make are ultimately up to you. Come, your maids are waiting. But yeah, that is the start of the game. He's pretty. Yeah, he's really pretty. A lot of girls a lot of girls want him. There is a girl later on we'll meet who gets very, very cozy with him. So if you haven't played this game, yet, you can ask it to tell you more, or you could say, I've already played this before. And I've already played this before, so I'm picking that. So... we're just at the very first week. We have a bunch of skills we can learn in this game, and I gotta say, most of them are useless. The main ones we should focus on for a good ending are like royal demeanor, conversation, and then lore. And then like a little bit of internal affairs like court manners as well. But as you can see, there's like a -1 and -2 on some of these subjects, and that's where mood comes in. So it affects how little or how more of a skill that we learn each week. And since we're really depressed, that's not good. At least not good for certain skills like royal demeanor or conversation. And certain moods do affect those stats, so I think only if you're yielding it affects your royal demeanor, like it increases it. Everything else seems to decrease royal demeanor. But for right now, I'm just gonna follow my notes on that. Outfits. So depending on how much we learn, we'll get new outfits. We just got our boring school uniform. And a log. So if we ever need this, just in case, we have that. And we have the menu, where we get to save a lot. And since I'm on a new computer, I don't have my saves from last time on here, so I'm just gonna put down 26 first playthrough. And here's where we take whatever classes we want to choose right now. So for the first week at least, I'm gonna pick decoration and dogs. So under expression, we'll get a lot of points from decoration, and under animal handling, we'll get a lot of points for dogs, and we can also use dogs for later. So you discuss the nature of beauty, walking around at landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing the aesthetic elements. So yeah, they just give you some nice added flavor text. If you do like internal affairs or just read history and stuff, like do like history courses and stuff, it'll teach you about the world of Nova too, and some very important information that helps out with progressing the story. But for right now, we're not learning that. What's all that noise outside? Who's there? Oh, it's my cousins and my aunt and uncle. But yeah, week 2 is when they usually come. Actually, there isn't a playthrough where they don't come. They'll always arrive. Darling, we are so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. This is Lucille. Thank you. You look nice, niece. And this is Laurent. Hi, Lottie. And this is Charlotte with her beautiful big red eyes. And her beautiful red dress. Hi, Lottie. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Yep. Mummy said we'd be here all month. Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. We do have an option to go see her, so... Oh, we have the option to go see our father too, but, actually, let me save. Oh, it's this scene. I think I was trying to get this scene before. We Glaze and Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte's like the best. Like one of the best characters in this game, honestly. But I was trying to get this scene before. It's like a really, really adorable scene that you don't get too often between Elodie and her father. So, Dad, can we talk? I'm sorry, your uncle and I have things to do. Maybe another time. Oh. Oh, damn. Okay, maybe not. I thought it was another scene. Darn. Wait, cancel. Let me load it. Darn. Maybe it's when they left. And I'm thinking that's what it is. And they'll say go visit Charlotte, so I'm gonna do so. I love this room. It's so much bigger than mine back home. You should visit more often. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. I know your brother and sister are too young, but why haven't you come to school? My mother worries about me. She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. I understand. I'm probably not going to be allowed to leave this castle until my birthday. But at least we can have fun together here. But yeah, it seems like Lucille is quite protective of Charlotte, despite her... Not that she's not in a high status, but, you know, she's kind of acting like she's the Queen of Nova, or going to be, you know? Kinda weird. But hey, it is what it is. So now it seems like we're, So moods get prioritized from the left to the right. So since we're afraid, that's our main mood right now. And we can't be like afraid and depressed or like multiple emotions. So if we have like too afraid, we'd be afraid. We'd still be afraid, I mean. And if we get the afraid off, we'll be depressed again. So, yeah, that's how the moods work in this game. And if my voice starts sounding weird, it's really because it's really cold in my room. Oof, Chicago, I swear, Chicago winter is just nothing to be taken lightly. Like, either way, it's winter, you need to stay warm, but if you're in like Chicago, you're in like any of the northern states, or places that just get a lot of snow and like cold, like you really need to bundle up. So my notes say divination this time, so I'm gonna learn some divination then. I'll try talking a little bit more, just to make this a little bit more entertaining for you guys. Gives you like tidbits. That's right, I think if you also learn lore, you can also learn some history. Some like Lumen history, I think. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? I have to pay my respects in favor of your mother. You have no respect nor honor. It's because of you that, and your powers, that my wife is dead. What? So this is Juliana. I do not like her at all. She is a bitch, but you could check out my other Long Live the Queen playthroughs, and maybe I'm gonna have a little rant on Juliana later, but Desert country is actually nice. My desert, yeah. I'm kind of weird like that, because I do love the cold, even with its issues, but yeah. When you're living in the winter, it's like, I could do a little bit less cold. But yeah, this is Juliana, Duchess of Rasul, and she was... I guess she was around our mother. You know, they were friends, they were close, and you know, she was a Lumen. Lumen is a magic user in this game, and they're very much discriminated against. Cold makes me lazy as hell, that's the problem. Yeah. Like, Cold wants me to just lay up in bed all day, honestly. I am Lumen, as was she, and like every Lumen, I am willing to give my life, if necessary, to protect our domain. So yeah, Fidelia was also a Lumen like Juliana. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. And, Jocelyn, it seems like he's using his hatred of Lumens in general to kind of blame Juliana away for what happened to his wife. And if we talk to Jocelyn at some point, he, like, will ask him, like, hey, what happened to our mom? And he basically insinuates that, Fidelia insisted on using Lumen's power to, you know, improve our kingdom, but it didn't turn out very well for her, and her heart just stopped, you know? Like, that's how he claims that she passed away. It's still kind of a mystery in this game, like, how she actually passed away. But it's not Juliana's fault, you know? We know that for a fact. It's just, Jocelyn doesn't like Lumens because of what happened to Fidelia, so he does not like Juliana. I don't like Juliana because of her fucking actions, but we can go over that later. Anyway, that is for the crown princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. So we can send her away. We could arrest her, or we could let her stay. I think if we arrest her, we can get an angry. If we let her stay, we can get a willful, because we're going against our dad. Or we can send her away, which I think gives us yielding, because we're doing what our father wants of us. My notes say to let her stay. So we'll let her stay. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. As you wish. Yeah. But since we're a crowned queen, he can't do anything now. We can see our father again. Let's actually see. Right. Okay, yeah. This was the scene I was talking about before. Dad, what really happened to Mom? She She was a lumen, a magic user. It was meant to be in reserve to defend our domain, but she insisted on... You don't need to hear that. Actually, I do need to hear that, Father, but alright. She used magic. It drained her strength. She thought it was harmless, and it wasn't. Eventually, her heart just stopped. So yeah, that's how Jocelyn explains it. That's why I don't want you involved with it. But yeah, we don't get anything too much from it, other than, you know, learning about what happened to her mom. So my notes actually say to visit Juliana, so I'm gonna do that. What is it you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. Oh, wait a minute, whoops. Let me... Because there was actually an option to see Charlotte, so I'm gonna do that one first. What do you know about lumens? Why? Dad was really angry at the Duchess of Rasul. Okay, so we don't normally see this scene because we're usually doing other stuff. We either don't see Charlotte at all, or we do see her, but only just once, during one of our weekends. Because the next week, the snake thing's gonna come out, and then Lucille's gonna have a fit, and then take, her and Charlotte and Lauren away. Really suspicious shit, but whatever. You know, Dad was really angry at the Duchess of Rasul. Mommy says people are scared of lumens because they're jealous. There used to be lots of them in Noah, but there aren't anymore. Why not? I don't know. Maybe someone burned them. But yeah, apparently there was this weird dark shadow that loomed over the old Nova, and a bunch of lumens had fought it and died, I think. I think that's what happened. So there are like a bunch of crystals and stuff in the old forest. But yeah, seeing Charlotte and seeing her father just gives more flavor text, I guess. But yeah, let's visit now. What is it you want to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. What crystal? Yeah, we failed the lore test because we don't know what the crystal is. I don't know if we'll become a lumen this time, but who knows, you know? It all depends. The source of power for any lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. She holds out her hands, light flickers above her bosom, and then, with the shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh. It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. Yeah. So to take lumen crystals, you need to defeat their user, and then you can take their crystal. There's other stuff around it, but I don't know if we're gonna take anyone's crystal in this playthrough. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. And that starts the quest for us to find our mother's crystal. Woohoo! If we want to. And then herbs. I don't know why we're learning so many herbs. Oh, that's right. I think it's for the hospital coming up. Okay, yeah. So because we're afraid, we're more willing to learn like faith, so like divination and stuff. But once this caps out at 50, we'll have to learn like the other parts of like the faith section. So we can't just learn divination all the way to 100. We gotta work up to it by learning the other classes. The other subclasses of this main class. Okay, yeah. Doom Shadow fell upon Nova 200 years ago. I think this is when there were a bunch of lumens, but then the Doom Shadow happened. And yeah, that's when the big battle happened, I think. You learn that willow bark can be used to relieve aches and fever. Okay, yeah. Now, the last time we'll see Charlotte, maybe in this playthrough, I don't know. He loves me not. Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really. I just like to play with the flowers. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Rasul rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. This is why I do not like Juliana. She is just crazy. No, not at you. At your feet? Princess, don't move. Okay, so regardless of what I choose, because I don't have the reflexes or I guess the calmness or the composure. I don't have the composure to like stay still. And if I look down, I'm gonna be scared regardless. So my notes tell me to hold still, so I'm gonna hold still. You want to hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down where your sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass. You can't help it, but you squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. No! Your cousin pushes you aside. The snake's fangs sink into her leg. Lottie! Too late, Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. So most of the time we've had it where Juliana wasn't there, and it's either like we get poisoned and Charlotte saves us, or you know, we have the reflexes to just get the snake out of the way, or Charlotte saves us and Charlotte gets bitten instead. But either way, once Lucille comes and learns of the situation and she just freaks out. Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get an herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. I'm sorry. I don't feel good. We'll be returning home to Merva immediately. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should have never been here. Yeah, it's like someone planted it here, which, yeah. It was actually Lucille. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Damn it, Juliana. But, yeah. So I could visit the dungeons, or I could visit my father again, and I think I'll visit father right now. Okay, this is just when I ask him about the crystal. Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine! Madly but magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want. But for now, you are still a child. Fuck you, Jocelyn. Like, bro, suck a dick, Jocelyn. Like, I understand where he's coming from, but it's like we kinda need anything to protect ourselves. We could visit Juliana again, so I guess so. How do I find my lumen crystal? Your father probably knows what happened to it. What if he destroyed it? They can't be destroyed. He could throw it away, but then someone else might find it. No, he'll keep it safe. But if it's mine, it wouldn't matter if someone else found it. It's attuned to you, but you haven't bonded with it yet. If it found a compatible host, someone who was like you in some way, it could bond to them. Okay, so yeah, she was just giving us a hint on where it could be. and then we have to talk to our father, get rejected, and yeah, it takes a while to get our lumen crystal. I think the earliest week we can is like week 6, with either accounting starting from like week 1 if we learn it, or like royal demeanor if we like get our mood like optimized to the point where we're yielding, I think. But we're not gonna do that this time. So, we'll visit the dungeons. Your stream cut off a little bit. Oh. That's so weird. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons. Petty thieves and troublemakers now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. And yeah, just Elodie's viewpoint. Maybe when she becomes queen, she can make it into a much better environment for everybody, but for right now, it is what it's gonna be. So week 4, we're gonna learn nothing but herbs. You learn that oil of cloves rubbed on the skin can relieve pain, particularly in teeth. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zahara and their parents are gone. It's certainly not empty though. It seems like we get more servants every day. I was so worried about Charlotte after that snake bit her. But her mother said she's okay, so I guess it turned out alright. Maybe she has a guardian angel. I think that was probably to let us know that something was up, but we're not gonna find that out in this playthrough. I don't think I've ever passed that check. We're gonna visit the dungeons once again. And we're willful, so we're gonna learn foreign intelligence right now. So it gives us some knowledge about the kingdom of Nova. And even the places around it. So the current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Tolace. So he's not in the kingdom of Nova, so he's not one of our subjects, but he can be. Especially in this game, but I don't know if he will be this time. The domain of Sangia across the sea to the west has been steadily increasing in size, and now controls a wide range of coastline as well as most of the navigatable rivers. The political disruption in Tumula in recent years has caused a disruption in their chocolate production, which is to the benefit of Nova, particularly the Duchy of Kegel. I think that's useful information for any like poison chocolates we might get later on, but I don't know. Well, the maid's approaches for your attention. My lady, carriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. Okay, yeah. We have the foreign intelligence to know who that is, so Sedna, that's in Talesa domain to our southeast. They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of deeply regret, best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace. Something sparkly will make me feel better. And we don't know the court manners to know that wearing a man's gift is bad, so we're gonna put it on. I guess we're gonna well, no, we're gonna talk to our father. Yeah, we're gonna talk to our father. So we already saw the scene, we're gonna ask him where the crystal is and get rejected. And we're gonna learn internal affairs next. This is a little bit important. Actually, a lot bit important. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is in line for the crown, and after him will be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. So yeah, that is the main reason why Lucille is coming after you in this game. Because if you don't have kids, or if you die, Charlotte will become queen, and Lucille can become her regent, and her little puppet forever. Well, not forever, just, you know, as long as her reign is. And then more on Lucille. So your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess Nyx, which is Lucille, claims kinship to the old Mervyn line and originally asked your mother for the title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother, Duke of Merva. So yeah, her brother Laurent, I think, is Duke of Merva, and she's kind of just the wife of the Duke of Merva. She wanted the duchy, she wanted some sort of power, but she didn't get it. Serves her right, but now she's technically trying to go after our throne, or, you know, get some sort of power, so yeah. The last Duke of Mead was the older half-brother of the current Duchess. His reign was brief and highly scandalous. He defied tradition to plague himself as the life mate of the old Duke of Versailles, then broke that off. Only a year later, he retired into seclusion and died still unwed. I don't know if this is about, because we'll have a trial later on that's about this poor lady whose son was supposed to be was claimed to have been drafted off to war, but it was actually a servant for the Duke of Mead. And she had tried to kill the Duchess because of what happened to him. What supposedly had happened to him, because he had passed away or gotten killed or something. But I think that was due to the, last Duke of Mead who killed him. I think it's just we got more information about him. I don't know. As you are walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace grounds. It's the Duchess of Ursule. Maybe I should go on and say hello. Oh, it's this scene, isn't it? And you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. You turn and walk in a different direction so as not to disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Was that a servant, a thief, or an assassin? So the Duchess of Rasul and then one of our priestesses is gay. They're in a gay relationship. But then we saw someone who might be an assassin or some kind of danger. We could try climbing up to look over the hedge, but we'll fail miserably. And I think we'll get hurt. We could run and hide, but we'll get afraid from that. Or we could call the guards, which will give us an angry. And I think that's what we want. Yeah, call the guards. Guards! However, by the time the response is organized and directed to the area beyond the palace, there's no sign of any intruder. You wonder if you were only imagining it. But no, we weren't. We won't be able to see him in this playthrough, I don't think. So we're gonna attend court now. Excuse me. Sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father and may be important for your future. So, our main mood is like depressed, I think? Yeah, it's depressed. If we get rid of our depressed, we'll be willful. And then if we get rid of our willful, we'll be lonely. So, just going by my notes though. So, we're gonna learn double dogs. Yeah, we're gonna learn dogs. You learn about dog grooming and the most common diseases and injuries that dogs suffer from. You learn the common commands for working with trained hunting dogs and retrievers. I think this will be just enough. Okay. Yeah, just any more and it will get us to 50. You practice working with trained dogs in a small area, telling them to stay, search, and fetch. As you are walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down, holding a towering pile of linen. Before you can react, she burrows into you, sending you and the sheets flying. Oh, my lady, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but you don't have the court manners to just say, hey, that's cool, you know. So we can apologize or we can punish her. I think we'll be even more depressed if we apologize, so best interest to punish her. She shouldn't have been in the way, I guess. And that's what my note says, so I'm just gonna go with that. How dare you? What do you think you're doing? I'll have you flogged for this. Yes, my lady. And it's so weird, because I think you can't get with Alice. So she's like an 18-year-old maid, at her castle. But weirdly enough, I think you actually have to be cruel to like have some kind of relationship with her. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this is when he tells us what happened to Mom. Visit dungeons. Whoopsie. So I'll just go back and go to the dungeons again. You sneak it. Okay, so saying the same thing. I think this also checks your cruelty. because you're like happy seeing miserable people and even pick them with sticks. But we've only picked like one cruel option, so we're not like really cruel yet. We're very willful though. So 2 ciphering, and then we'll get like a cat suit, which I can show you next week. But for right now, let me do some ciphering. So far, I think we're doing decently. We don't need to like pass every single check, but we get more options, or like we can make the right choice in a scenario if we do pass certain checks, so yeah. List. Okay, so yeah, it's just teaching us how to cipher some stuff. Teaching us more about ciphering. Okay, Jocelyn is showing us something. Okay, there's a man here. Okay, we're at court right now. Okay. There is a man here to see you. He wishes crowdfunding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you'll have less money to work with later. So yeah, at least 2 or 3 people will come during a playthrough to ask for money for stuff. I think you have the option to say yes or no. Either that, or you need certain stats in order to actually have a choice. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters, which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal, and a factory to mold and cast the shape. With this system, we will be able to create new books with a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. I don't know much about factories or trade. Can that really be worthwhile? Okay, I don't think we have really any trading. We are not interested. I think it's pretty high, like a combination of like 50. Okay, so we just say no right off the bat. So we're gonna sneak out. And we're willful, and we have a cat suit. Doesn't that look cute on her? I hope the stream isn't cutting off like too much, because every time I try and check it, it's like the stream says it's excellent. Oh, it says it's good. Not excellent though. Okay, it's back. I guess I just had to increase my bitrate a little bit. So hopefully it's gonna not cut off anymore. I should try that. I should try increasing my bitrate to a little bit more and seeing if that does anything. Anyway, for right now... So now we got the cat suit. Looks so cute on her. I don't know if our notes will say to put on the cat suit or not. But for right now, I think I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna keep it on. Okay, yeah, week 9 actually says I should put on the cat suit. So, internal affairs and then foreign intelligence I need to learn. But first, let me save. Overwrite. We had to learn that ciphering so we could get past the 50th mark, so hopefully that's enough. The Duchess of Marie has paid suit to the Duchess of Rasul to no avail. Damn, nigga was rejected. The Duchess's brother is opposed as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Rasul is actually more interested in the Duchess of Hellas. Neither has ever been linked to a man, so yeah. Duchess of Rasul and the Duchess of Hellas did actually have a thing because they're gay, but the Duchess of Hellas got dumped for, as she would probably say, like this meek priestess from somewhere. I don't remember where though. But yeah, bro is kinda, cause it's kinda known throughout the circles that Juliana's gay. So he was kinda blind to that, it seems. Duchess Alika Dis married the old Duke of Sudbury, who was more than twice her age, then divorced him as soon as she'd borne him an heir in order to be free to marry another. It was considered shockingly rude by the general nobility. But the old Duke apparently had no objection. So yeah. I guess it would be considered frowned upon to just divorce somebody, especially if you have a kid, but, you know. Thinking about, like, Nova times. Since the recent revolution, the Tombulans have twice begun gathering troops to the Novan border. Both times their caps were were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. They were like, fuck it, it wasn't meant to be, because God basically told them that by the storms and earthquakes. Pirates once again operating out of Orcus, although they are currently sticking to the northern seas and no threat to Nova. However, if they turn to slave raids, the Borelians may be more vulnerable. Borealis. Whoops. So the people of Borealis, I think they're trying to say. So this is Banyan. He's hot, but he's 31 years old. And he's actually after us. He's also like Lucille. He can send some... Actually, no. I think he can send people after you, but he doesn't. He works in a different way than Lucille. Like, he's still a power-hungry little asshole, but, you know, he tries to get us through our good graces, and then if we piss him off, he'll try to embarrass us. So, we might be careful of his wrath in this playthrough, we might not. It all depends on what my notes say, so yeah. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid, and yeah, he always comes when he needs something. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. Now there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Marie. I don't know anything about military. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion to try to come to some agreement. Oh, thank you, Your Highness. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? So, yeah, he's taken an interest in the necklace that we had put on a few weeks ago. It was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Then you have arrangements with him? What sort of arrangements? Yeah, so we had passed the court manners back then. We would have had the option to not put on the necklace, but if we still, like, if we had passed the court manners there, Elodie would have probably been thinking like, oh, he's asking if I'm actually proposed to the Duke of Sedna because I'm wearing his gift. But we're kind of in the dark about that. Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, and we're still gonna wear it. Which is weird because we can see Juliana or our father and they won't say anything about the necklace. Like, it's like they don't see it. It's kind of weird. You'd think they would have told us. Especially our dad. So let's explore the castle. You wander through parts of the castle where other people rarely visit, but find little except spider webs. Yuck. So yeah, we explored the castle a little bit. So week 10, we'll learn some logistics. Me? I'm just gonna eat suckers. Okay, so the representative from Ixion is here. Be careful, no one wants to give up prizes that they have won. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Lying asshole, but anyway. So Jocelyn just warns us if we give up anything, or we punish the wrong people, or even if we punish the right people, people are gonna get upset. Let's get this over with. This is Bryn, first a company of women. But yeah, we can also get with her too, or have this weird relationship where she can like marry our father and we can be with Banyan and then we can be together in a way, so yeah. We fail a check for that. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am here. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones. No, we will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. Oh, we don't have enough foreign affairs. We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost. We don't have any foreign affairs or enough foreign affairs or foreign intelligence, so... Our bluff's gonna fail. We can't just execute him because that's very cruel and just... Yeah, no. Offer him money if Ixion withdraws. We could offer him money. That's probably our best solution here. But my notes say to just surrender the province, so I'm just gonna surrender it. I don't want to fight. Very well, you have the province. Your Highness! Banyan, shut the fuck up. Please Please accept our deepest apologies for this whole affair. Of course, I look forward to seeing you again. So, Banyan is quite pissed off with us now. Because we gave up the province, which... The truth is that Bryn had caused all of that. But that doesn't matter. Let's just explore the castle again. We find more spider webs. And we're depressed again. We're always depressed this time. But we're gonna learn a lot more medicine, poison. The first treatment for most ingested poisons is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal, which can absorb dangerous substances. I wonder if we had that. I wonder if we could have passed that poison check for that. That poison check we had after Lucille and her family left. And we wrote a letter to them. Certain poisons can counteract each other, such that either on their own will kill the victim, but carefully applying a matched amount of the other will cure. That's weird. So Jocelyn goes to us. There are reports that a Keathon has been sighted during leaving the old forest. We don't have the lore of the Novan history to know what a Keathon is, so what's a Keathon? A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Eek! Exactly, LD. Exactly. Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. It's like Jocelyn. Why are you... It's like Jocelyn literally came to us about this damn Keathon. And he was just like, well, yeah, there's a Keathon in our backyard. Let's hope it doesn't eat a lot of people and cause problems. It's like, bro. Also, there's a letter for you. Talaris, the Duke of Senno, will be arriving next week for an official visit. Ah. But yeah, he must have heard word that we're wearing his gift now, so yeah. We're gonna play with our toys. Decoration and dogs. And play with our toys again. Huh. Oh, it's to get that to 50. That's such a waste, though. Maybe I can learn something else that's not dogs. Because I don't know when we're gonna need a dog check, to be honest. It's a waste, but I'll follow my notes this time. I'll follow them, and yeah. You practice sketching fruits and flowers with charcoal on parchment. You study the theory of color, how they complement and contrast, and how to select colors to emphasize a mood. You choose a young puppy and begin raising him to respond to you over all others. Okay, so yeah, that's when we get our own puppy, that's right. That dog is going to bark if we ever get some like poison chocolates or something, and that's when he's going to basically tell us that there's danger ahead. And here's Salarist. He looks okay. He's 26. Most of the bachelors and bachelorettes in this game are literally ditties. They're ditty disciples. All they need is baby oil. But, your highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. She giggles. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel, but you are more precious. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me. No, yeah, we could accept his offer, and by how the playthrough is going, it seems like he'll just be able to win over 14-year-olds and get the political power and stuff he wants and enjoy himself while he, I don't know, throws us a bone every now and again. Hey Rev, what's up? But yeah, he'll either like throw us a bone every now and again to just keep us happy in the marriage, or we could politely, or at least try to politely decline. So we're gonna decline. We don't have enough court manners or flattery or any sort of conversation, but hey, let's see how it goes. I need to let him down gently. I am not marrying you. I'm only 14. So we decided to wear his gift. He hears about it. He sends us a letter telling us that he's going to come over to our kingdom, and when he finally tries to make it official, he's not getting what he hopes for. I missed the Bounty Rush stream because I was asleep. It's been forever. Hey Amy, Happy New Year. I haven't heard that voice in forever. I pull up some more streams later. I gotta eat. Okay, see you later. I might stream a little bit later or tomorrow. As for the One Piece Bounty Rush stream, I don't know when I'm gonna stream that because my computer's having some issues with One Piece Bounty Rush, so maybe more Hytale, maybe more Long Live the Queen, I'm not sure, but yeah. If I do stream in the nighttime, I'll have to do another ASMR, because I can't really be talking too much, because that's when my mom goes to sleep, so, you know. I'd be there also. Saw you play Hytale. Is it worth it? I'm gonna watch the Hytale. I'd say Hytale's worth it. Is it worth $20? I gotta be honest, probably not so far, because it's only an early release, but that's my opinion, you know? I'm having fun with the game. But I'm thinking between Hytale or like Minecraft, which is already like an already established game, and it already has a lot of other features. Maybe go for like Minecraft because it's cheaper and has more features, but you know, Hytale has some promise, you know? That's why there's so many people playing it right now, but yeah. That's just my opinion on Hytale, though. That may not have been gentle. I mean, Elodie, you might as well just said no means no, did he? I see. I do have Minecraft. I'd maybe get Hytale also, yeah. Hytale, you can pay at least 20 bucks or like, I think 35 or even up to 70 for the cosmetics, but you know, if you don't care about all that stuff, the $20 one should be good. Alright, bye Amy. See you, Rev. Have a good day. I regret the misunderstanding. Alrighty. So, we just turned down a Diddy. We're gonna play with our toys again, though. So, yeah. We're depressed again. We're gonna get some court manners in us, though. Yeah, when we're sad, we'll get more. We can earn more for conversation, so yeah. Court manners and court manners is what we're gonna learn. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank, and then extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. I think you only need 10 court manners to stop yourself from wearing the gift, I think. Oh, there's a little bit like cut off here. It looks like it at least, but I think it's just the outline of the suit. So yeah, we're just learning some court manners here. Okay, this is one. Okay, this is when we're in judgment. One of our judgments, during the playthrough, you're requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Okay, so this is the woman I was talking about, when we got the lesson about the Duke of Marie or something? Or like the Duke of Mead, I think, the old Duke of Mead. And here's Kevin. Poor Kevin. 33 years old. He's related to Reese, the Duchess of Ela. She's like the other like Queen of Nova. I used to call her a boomer, but she's actually kinda cool, I guess. Not perfect, but kinda cool. Nalin, I don't think we've ever seen Nalin before. Coruscandi, Duchess of Me, we might see her later on. He has a lot of siblings, though. But yeah, Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon. Then she admits that she tried to poison my cinder under her own roof. What sister? But I love how the game just kind of jokes around with at least this family, because this family, like Kevin's family, there are so many siblings that's like, when he says, oh, my sister got attacked, it's like, which sister? Because you have like a bajillion sisters. Kurasandi, the Duchess of Mead. Is she alright? Okay, Novan history. So I think this is when we start no. It might be something else from Novan history. It might just be like flavor text. Is she alright? She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's justice, it is. Them demons killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her they did. When she went to see why he did never come back, said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would. He weren't the only one either. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. This had lowered my voice just a little bit. This might have okay, so I have partial success, so I kind of know what's going on. This might have something to do with the last Duke of Mead. He is involved in all kinds of scandals. So I could actually ask the Earl of Isle about their story. I could just execute her, I could imprison her, I could just put her to work. Kevin's gonna get pissed off if I ask him in the worst way possible. Which I probably am, because I don't think I have any flattery to actually ask him, but, we could execute her. That will make him very happy, but I think imprisoning her will also make him happy, so, yeah. Even with our partial success for internal affairs, I'd say let's imprison her, and that's what my notes say, so. Yeah. You have tried to murder a noble of my domain, and I have no reason to believe you wouldn't do it again. You will be imprisoned for the rest of your life. You not have me! All of a sudden, she breaks loose from her guards and rushes at you. In your court dress, you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and find only a heavy ornament, which you hurl in her direction. Your missile flies wide of a smirk. I think you need a really high archery to actually pass that, so. Yeah, we wouldn't have passed that at all. But if we did pass that, I think we get cruelty from it. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guards step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on the carpet. Clean that up. I just love Elodie here. Seeing a bleeding woman who just tried to kill her is like, clean that up. Like, she just looks at it like filth. I would have been too freaked out to even say anything. It's like, oh my god, this girl almost killed another noble and then almost killed me. I would have been so afraid. So, I'm gonna attend service. Usually attending service usually helps even out your moods, so if you're like too depressed or too anything, it usually takes off one. You attend services in the Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. That's weird, because I think sometimes when you go to the grave, that's right, if you go to the tomb, I think she'll say something like, this is where your mother is and where you might end up one day. Something really just dark. She's still pretty depressed though. Oh, not actually depressed. She's actually pretty lonely. Lonely and depressed look pretty similar. But yeah, but she's more lonely than anything. I don't know why my notes want me to be so lonely, but hey. We're gonna learn a lot of battlefield medicine. So yeah. Right, because since we're lonely, we have a bonus to poisons, that's right. So we can learn like, well, not poisons, but we can learn battlefield medicine. And I think there's a check coming up for it too. And we got a nurse's gown from it. So I'll show you guys that one. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. That's funny, I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. So I don't know anything about falcons, and I don't have enough divination or lore to learn that was a sign something was about to happen. It's not too important for this playthrough, but if we got that lore check, we would have gotten an option at the gala that's coming up, so, when you return to castle, your father is waiting for you. There is a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, your royal highness. I came to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. And we actually had a check for that and passed it. Centralizing resources could help people who don't have doctors of their own. So, yeah, if we didn't have the battlefield medicine or if we had failed that check, she would have thought, getting a bunch of sick people together in one room, wouldn't it just make it worse? Because there aren't really any hospitals in Nova right now, so she wouldn't have had the knowledge to know that this would have been a good idea. So we're going to invest now. We would be happy to invest in your venture. We're just gonna attend court now. And we're gonna get a pressure, which I think it helps with our lonely, I think. Setting out on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father and may be important for your future. So yeah, I guess we're just listening to regular citizens discuss their problems and maybe sorting them out for them. So we got the nurse's gown. It's just like a cute little gown. It's not like the ones you see in anime with the short skirts and stuff, which I wouldn't have minded that, but some people do mind that, so yeah. Instrument. And then plate of choice, okay. I'm going to keep on the cat suit, because I don't think we'll need any more medicines or anything. Instrument. And yeah, we got a bonus since we're depressed. Okay, remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be a public celebration for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball, there will be dancing. Dancing which we will not know how to do, because honestly, it's kind of weird to expect us to learn 50 dancing just for a gala. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required. May not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. There's a letter for you as well. It's from Brainy. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her Uncle Kevin has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows. Ew, he might be pissed off about the trial then. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any suggestions to her. We might see Brandy later, we might not. It all depends on how this playthrough goes. We're gonna play with toys again, but yeah, we're not gonna go to procession. Cause I think that's when Banyan's going to send an assassin after us because we didn't do what he wanted. So yeah, we're not gonna be dealing with all that. We're just not gonna go. So for 16, we're gonna learn herbs and herbs. I don't remember if there's any checks or anything coming up. I'm just gonna go by the notes. Yeah. Today is the profession and planting for the festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. So I could choose to lead the parade. I will lead the parade and make a speech. I don't have any skills for either of that because I need decoration or, I think, elegance for leading the parade, but I don't think I have enough decoration to do that, and I don't really have any speech to have a speech or anything, so I guess I'd rather not go. No, I guess I'd rather stay here. You watch profession from your tower window, feeling safe but lonely. Suddenly you hear someone moving around inside your room. You turn surprised, but it's only a maid. It's Alice. Hello, Alice. Family owns a bakery in town, has 2 brothers, and I think we actually meet one of her brothers, depending on what playthrough we go through and what we learn, so, actually, that person that we, because several weeks ago, we actually thought there was someone, we thought it was, an assailant or something, so we called the guards. It was actually, I think, one of her brothers that we could marry. But yeah, we'll see later. My lady, what are you? Should you not be in the procession? And you have enough faith to know it's a major festival, but there are other ways to celebrate. So we could confess our fears, we could yell at her, which will give us an angry, or we can make a religious excuse. So let's make a religious excuse. I prefer to give thanks for the good lady's blessings by meditating. That's very wise of you, my lady. So yeah, let's put up a good excuse for our feelings, because we actually don't want to get killed. Let's ascend court again. And for the first time in this playthrough, we are yielding. Which is amazing, because that's the most powerful mood ever, because we can learn royal demeanor and gain a bonus from it. Which is exactly what my notes tell me to do. Starting with composure, so I will do that. My notes don't say anything else right now, so I'm just gonna save. A lot of stuff tends to happen at the gala, and I did go over a lot. I'm thinking I should look at my previous live streams and make a playthrough video showing all the different scenarios and being at the bottom of the screen. If I had been a Lumen and talked to Lucille, or if I wasn't a Lumen and I pissed off Banyan some way, or, just showing you all the scenarios of, the gala, of, all these other scenarios that you can get, depending on, the week that you're on, like, because I did plenty of scenarios with the Gala, I did plenty of scenarios with the Civil War that's going to be at the end of this game. I could go over the different scenarios with the snake that's in the beginning, but yeah, that will take a lot of video editing, and luckily my computer is great at that, so yeah. Good thing I got this computer set up. The only thing now I have to worry about is the streaming aspect. And, opbr being a kinda little dick about, you know. I don't know what they did for Steam when it comes to opbr, but it's giving me so many issues. I don't know. But I'll sort that out on my own. Compose and compose. So, composure. We all seem to need composure, honestly. Honestly, personally, I need composure too. It's just like, man, before I break anything, before I get really angry and do something or say something I regret, just... You practice deep breathing exercises, learning to find and maintain a sense of inner calm. You know, just breathe in, hold, breathe out, you know. Sometimes it helps me, sometimes it doesn't. I know what really helps me though, and it tends to be Snickers. But I don't want to eat a bunch of chocolate, so I should probably like breathe more. You practice positive thinking, maintaining a good self-image, and conditioning yourself to carry on, rather than be frustrated by any past misstep. So, yeah. So, what happened for New Year's? It is what it is. You gotta move forward. You practice sitting quietly while your teacher circles around you and makes unexpected loud noises at random intervals. So I guess teaching her how to just stay calm even when like sudden things happen, even if it's like sudden noises. Are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles and the domain are here to see their queen. Gulp. We are not prepared for this. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a good entrance. All around the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. We don't have any presence, no elegance, no composure, no decoration. Hiding yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run and hide. Fear and pressured. After a moment you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. Yeah, and they all starting to hate now. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. So yeah, you get time to dance with your father. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. Because what's about to happen next? After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. And even if you are engaged to the Duke of Sedna, Jocelyn will let you know that you can still dance with someone. And you can even invite the Duke of Sedna, but I don't know if I got that option. The Duke of Kegel alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. Okay. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want and will not be denied. Simply because you're the Queen of Nova, we don't have the intrigue or the court marriage to know who these people are, but someone my age, so a bachelor I could marry someone younger than you, so like someone way down the line I could marry. I could be a Diddy myself in this game. Someone older than you. I could get a Diddy disciple into me. I can get someone already married if I'm not worrying about marriage right now. Or I can get someone scandalous, like dancing with another woman, or even my own maid if I'm given the option. But I guess someone's scandalous? That's what my notes are telling me. You don't want everyone assuming that whomever you pick first is your intended marriage partner, so why not make your choice as ridiculous as possible? Exactly. With that in mind, you approach the Duchess of Rasul. The bitch who is already in a relationship. I do not like Duchess of Rasul. You admit to yourself that you're hoping such an outrageous act could cause her to lose some of her composure, but she remains unruffled, at least the chorus of shocked whispers around you. As you take your place on the floor is gratifying. Yeah. So I think they already know about Ursul's relationship. Her current one, at least. But she won't refuse you, because you're the Queen of Nova. And since you and her mother were friends, it's not too out of the ordinary for you to ask her to dance with you. Dancing with a weird partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you, now every move is a mystery. And we don't have any dance to dance very well, but knowing the Duchess of Rasul, she can get us out of this situation and, Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when and trip over your feet. Oops. Between the dances, there is time for guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bits of exquisite food. We don't have the court manners and flattery to basically help us in this situation because we're plummeting our court, our noble approval, which is a hidden stat in this game that will affect quite a few things in this game. But that's fine. During a lull in the music, Banyan. Oh no, Banyan. Duke of Marie taps an elegant fingernail across a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, so last time we gave Ixion back, we relinquished it, so he's not going to be happy with us. I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her respect for tradition and the rights of the nobility means we can all sleep safe in our beds. Our boundaries are strong and secure, our lands well defended. No one would dare to steal from us. The blatant falseness of his words grates on your ears. He's challenging your honor in front of the entire assembly. But we have enough composure to calm ourselves instead of acting out, so he wants me angry, he wants me to make a mistake. Like we made several in this gala already, but we're going to ignore the insult. We could challenge him to a duel or order his execution, but if we challenge him to a duel, we'll definitely lose and we'll get killed because we don't have a sword experience or anything, and I've already went over it, actually. We could try to order his execution, but that will lead to a vote of no confidence, and considering how we've been doing this playthrough, we will likely lose, considering that Juliana will not be on our side. But we can very much save it right here, actually. I can go back to it once I'm done with this playthrough. Or I could go through it right now. But for right now, we're gonna ignore the insult. You turn your head away, pretending not to notice the concerned rumors around you. Better to look like a coward than to indulge in pointless fighting, right? Yeah. So you get some yielding from that, and maybe you get a lower noble approval from that. Manny really is a dick, but I don't think he will be a thorn in our side anymore. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Winella, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only a few months older than you, due to finally inherit control of their duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla, and a fierce sportswoman. She was years ahead of you at school, and an absolute terror at the ball fields. We never see Adele, but we do have the option, like, later on to send one of her family members to her. You know. No Brandy, she said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there are no signs of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunts and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? So yeah. Because we don't have any lumen sense, we don't know that Lucille is a lumen. But that's fine. We don't need that during this playthrough. So after going to the gala, we're gonna sneak out. Take care of that yielding we just got, I guess. And we're back to depressed. I guess we didn't want more royal demeanor right now. We wanted to work more on public speaking and herbs. Okay. Practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. Oh, maybe I should try that, huh? Pickle Piper, Pickle Peppers. I don't know. Hopefully the stream's a little bit better. Okay, the stream right now is excellent. Okay. As long as it's doing alright. Okay. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you didn't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You are too kind, Jocelyn. So this is Siren. The only thing we need to know about her is that she's single. Countess Siren, not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noblewomen go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. How dare she make a move on your father? Sadly, we don't have enough composure to understand that, Jocelyn is single and he kind of needs more heirs because he doesn't have a boy, and we're about to be Queen of Nova, so he needs an heir for, the Duke of Dolores. Which I'm assuming they usually do, they prioritize the boys over the girls, but maybe not in this universe. So we could shame her with silent scorn. I don't know if we have enough composure for that. Insult her with false flattery. We need flattery for that. Chirp her as she passes. We don't have any reflexes for it, so we'll try to shame her with silent scorn. With composer, we would have treated her nicely, even when, she was after her dad, but yeah, we can't right now. So, you meet her eyes and imagine your mother's disapproving presence around you. She notices your stare, but only smiles at you ever so sweetly. Darling Elodie, I hope you've been well. Fine. Yeah, we're pissed off now. Perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. She gives a little wave and exits. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Like, nigga, what are you doing? My mama just died. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman, nothing more. She wants something more. And it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful how you deal with people like Siren. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. And during this time, he usually says, if we're already engaged already, he usually says some bullshit like, oh, this is the path you've led us on. We've all been thinking of our futures now because of you. It's like, bro, you're just getting the excuse to get pussy. There haven't been any problems so far. Many dark looks were aimed your way at the gala. This is some flavor text to just tell you that noble approval, which is a very it's an imaginary stat in the game. It's basically telling you that nobles really don't like you right now and you're on your way to like a civil war. So there's a war at the end of the game that you can't avoid, but there is a civil war that can happen if your noble approval is low enough and you piss off the right people. Well, the wrong people in this case. You can easily win it, or you can easily lose it, depending on how you've been doing in the game. And looks like we're on our way to civil war. Who knows though? Let's see. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Isn't that what I have agents for? Yeah. So if we didn't have the intrigue, we would have been like, I know everything that's around me, Dad, fuck off. But, we have the intrigue to know that we have agents. But now Jocelyn's like, yes, but you must give them direction. What is your greatest concern? Which, wow, I really don't like him compared to him and Juliana. I don't know. I think both him and Juliana just want us dead. Like, it seems like they don't do enough to protect us throughout the game. Especially Jocelyn, who's like, he knew all this time that we have agents, and yet we didn't know, or we would have never known unless we worked on our intrigue. It's like, what the fuck? You're supposed to tell us this stuff, but we can work on noble plots because our noble approval's so low. We can work on commoner plots. We can work on foreign threats, which will help us win the end game, or towards the end of the game, or we can work on any assassins that go to us, but let's see. My notes say commoner uprising, so I'll go with that. I need to know if I'm popular with the common people, as you wish. So we're gonna attend court again, and hopefully be yielding, yes. This is like 10 or something, isn't it? Oh well. So we're back to yielding. We're gonna be learning presents and presents. And I think we're gonna get a dress afterwards. I think. Or maybe not. It's our coronation outfit we could get if we work more on royal demeanor. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in the mirror. Young as you are the queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are forced to be reckoned with. So yeah, learning presents, learning, I guess, showing confidence, I guess, is what presents is. Okay. It's the time of the year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. I don't know anything about budgets. Okay. I think they edited the game so that so usually before the update, I think it was like, regardless if you passed the check or not, you could like keep the taxes the same, or you could increase them, or you could lower them. Lowering the taxes, I think, hurts your noble approval. Raising the taxes will hurt your commoner approval, which is another invisible stat in the game. Which is why we're focusing on commoner uprises, just in case commoners are pissed at us and want to come and get us at the end of the game, but let's raise taxes. Fuck it. Let's eat the poor. We need more money. Raise the taxes a bit, as you wish. But yeah, after the update, you can't keep them the same. You have to, you either need the accounting skill to keep them the same, or even choose to, or you have to raise them or lower them, so that sucks. We're gonna sneak out once again. And we're depressed. But because of that, we can learn voice, we can learn expression, voice and voice. Let's overwrite this, and we'll get a new outfit from this. So we got a new outfit now. You're requested to stand in judgment. Okay, so this is the second stand in judgment event. The first one was about the Duchess of Mead, and now this one is a man who's been convicted of the murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. Wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Okay, so this one is about the crazy man who strangled his wife and is blaming demons for it. Bro is all the way bullshitting, but we don't know. We're gonna have checks about this. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me, they twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and help me clean again. Make me clean again. Demons that make you attack people, is that even possible? Hell no. That stuff does not exist, but we don't have the sense magic to know that he's actually a lumen, which I actually already figured out from the other playthroughs. I've already shown that, so yeah. So we can pardon him. We can basically pardoning him by taking him to the priestess and doing what he said. We could just imprison him, which won't really do much, or we could execute him. Let's just execute him. I don't care whether there are demons or not. You're still a murderer and your life is forfeit. You'll be hanged in public. We have a willful from that. You will be hanged in public as a deterrent to future criminals. He opens his mouth to argue with you further, but then his shoulders slump. Yes, your majesty. Bro's a good actor though, I'll give him that. But we're gonna attend court to get rid of the willful, so I think I understand what the notes are doing right now. Like, they're gonna keep me, like, a certain... Like, they're gonna get me depressed so that I'll learn, like, more expression, but then it'll also, like, increase my... But then, over the weekend, or, like, over the different events during the game, like, it can even out everything, and then go back to yielding, so I can learn, like, some more royal demeanor stuff that I need, but... Yeah, I think that's how the notes are going for right now. Oh, blanket, work your magic. But yeah, we got this cute little toka. Elodie looks like the most beautiful little angel on the whole planet. We're gonna keep on wearing the catsuit though, because my notes didn't say to change it. So, week 21, learn voice and voice still. We should be at 80.66, yep. You received word of an unfortunate event, the gallows, where the man you judged was sent to be executed. As he was led to the platform, he suddenly lashed out with explosive magical power, killing several guards and spectators before making his escape. The population was buzzing with rumors of a secret cabal of evil lumens who sacrifice innocents in their dark rituals. Oh shit. So yeah, that could have gone better. Actually, let's try to talk to them. Oh, that's right. You didn't see the scene just yet. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You're the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. What drastic action? What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come talk to me again. But yeah, that's another way of getting our crystal. There used to be something in the game where you could have, Juliana's girlfriend train you in lumen stuff, and she would try to she would try to steal the crystal with magic for you if you couldn't get into there yourself, but no. We're gonna talk to our father then. Dad, what really... Okay, yeah. Okay, we already saw this. I was wondering if they would say something differently. I thought they would say something different about, like, the new evil cabal of lumens that's been kind of like a rumor going on, but no. So we're gonna attend court again. We're still depressed, which that's fine. Instrument and decoration now. I'll save later. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elath, has passed away. This isn't really a surprise. He was pretty old. The problem is the political implications. Yeah. So, earlier in the game when we saw like the the owl overhead, that was basically signaling us that someone was about to die. With the control of Elath in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. So young Lord Adair, yes, he is a cute little boy we actually married in a playthrough. His stepmother, Reese, Duchess of Lilith, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. This would, however, give her personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. You have enough Novan history, almost the entire eastern border. I think it was going to go over how she was considered the second queen of Nova, and she already has a lot of power and whatnot at her disposal already. I don't know anything really bad about her though. Yeah, there isn't really anything too bad about her, I don't think. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar, or you might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. The Earl of Ishtar has suggested another possibility. You and Adair are both young, not too far apart in age. He requests that we accept the boy as your future husband and keep him here at the castle. So we can send him to Aris, we could send him to his grandfather, we can marry him by sending him to the castle. We can send him to our uncle. I think there was also an option to send him to Adele, but we're not going to do that. Man, my notes are making me do the worst possible things, but as sad as I am, we're going to send him to his grandfather. I don't know if I probably didn't cover this part. I don't know if I made this choice yet. But we'll see what happens. The Earl of Ishtar is the closest blood relation that Adair has. He should be regent as you wish. See you, Adair. Let me walk in the gardens then while I contemplate my life choices. And I legit contemplate the life choices in these notes, honestly. But hey. Anything to gain what we need to gain, which is just doing stuff. But we're yielding now, so that's good. Elegance and elegance. And we'll get the coronet dress. That's right. We've unlocked a new outfit. Yep. There's a woman here to see you. She is a musician and wishes crown patronage, which means money. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I have dabbled in musical styles from many countries and can entertain your guests and lighten your evenings. So this is Sabine. Actually, I didn't look at her thing. Musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. So we failed the foreign intelligence, but we have the intrigue to know that musicians can be secret agents and messengers. She sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. So we needed the instrument and the voice to know that it's okay, but nothing special. So to know that she's mid, intrigue, that might mean she has other talents. So, okay. So we could just reject her outright if we don't want to pay the money to have her around. We could test for her secret skills, or we could accept her as a court magician, which means we'll never get to have her as an agent. My notes say to test her for her secret skills, so let's test her for her skills. You're familiar with the traditions of many locations, yes? Can perform accents? I mum that I can. We don't actually know her age, which is weird. But I guess, judging from her picture, she's probably like either 18 or in her 20s or so. That's what I'm guessing. What about juggling? I can keep a set of dangers in the air. Interesting. I look forward to all you have to tell me. We'll have to talk privately to see how much she knows, but I think she might be useful. Alrighty. I don't think we ever actually see her though. Let's go see Sabine. It's not in my notes, but that's why I saved. Your Highness, thank you again for the opportunity. Yes. Now, what have you heard about on your travels? What are people saying about me? I haven't yet had the chance to play at many noble courts, although I do intend to. I'm afraid you're not real liked by the common people of Nova. I have heard rumors about you kicking a puppy down the stairs. Why are people treating me like Boa, only I'm not pretty enough to get away with it? Of course, with me at your side, your popularity may only increase. Never underestimate the power of music. So yeah, I think with that conversation, it just gives us, it just gives us some added info on where our comma approval is, and now we know it's pretty darn low. But we're gonna walk in the gardens again. Rethink our life choices. We're gonna keep being yielding and I think learn more elegance. And here is our cute little royal demeanor outfit. I like this and the Lumen outfit a lot. They're probably my two favorite outfits in the game. But my notes aren't saying to change outfits, so I'm gonna keep on with the catsuit. We're gonna keep learning royal demeanor, presence, and not presence. Double elegance again. You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. It's extremely formal letter for such a little boy. Thanking you for your wisdom in allowing him to live with his grandfather, who probably dictated every word he wrote. Yeah. So, he might not be in a toxic household, but he is probably in a household where it's very controlling and would probably affect Adair's behavior in the future. Well, how we have fucked with him and fucked with his life. But we're gonna play with our toys while we think on that. And we're gonna learn presence and composure now. I think it's almost 3. Staring up into the sky out your window, you notice a strange flash of light. A falling star, pretty. We don't have enough information to know what the hell that was. Yeah, so we're just gonna attend court now. Nothing much happens this week. And now let's see how our halfway point is doing. Well, we're over halfway now. So my notes say we're gonna keep wearing the catsuit. We won't really need it for any added bonuses or checks, but we might have to make different decisions if we do that. I think what's coming up, we might need the outfit. So for classes coming up, actually, wait. I want to check to make sure our moves are okay. +1 angry. Nice, 2 depressed. A lot of yielding and a bit of lonely. Okay. Yeah, we're in the right direction in terms of my notes. So, more royal demeanor, presence, and composure. I have unpleasant news to report. Adair, the young lord of Elath, has been assassinated. What? Then we got afraid. R.I.P. young lord Adair for real. But yeah, we fucked up his life in the worst way possible. He was shot with a crossbow while playing on the grounds of his grandfather's estate. How did this happen? Where were the guards? This is not the first time such events have happened within the realm of Ishtar. The Earl of Ishtar's first wife and oldest daughter also died under mysterious circumstances. And then we don't have the full intelligence. Then his other daughter married young and died giving birth to Adair. With Adair dead, the only family he has left is his second wife and their son Connor, who's 15. So we can blame the Earl of Ishtar, or we can blame no one. Just assume it's like an accident. We're gonna blame the Earl of Ishtar. Once it's an accident, twice it's a coincidence, 3 times? He's either a traitor or incompetent. He's useless as an earl. We can imprison him or we can execute him. Honestly, I don't think it really makes a difference on what we do, other than maybe adding cruelty. If we pick execute, but my notes say execute, so I'm gonna do that. For failing his responsibilities, his life is forfeit. Connor can be Earl of Ishtar, as you wish. There is a matter of the Duchy of Elath. By blood, the nearest living heir is Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, into Lace. And we don't have the internal affairs to know that this might be a common occurrence, but he's not even a Novan. One of his ancestors is. Okay, yeah. So maybe our foreign intelligence was supposed to tell us that, like, one of his ancestors is, like, related to someone in Nova. Elath, it's a major duchy. You cannot afford to lose control of it. I mean, in a way, it's like we're giving him an apology because he only wanted to marry us for the political power. And to, like, get Nova. So if we name Talaris the heir, it would be a good decision, honestly. Name Novan heir, we could delay it. I don't think delaying it will really matter here, but we could delay it if we want to. I don't know why we delay it. We honestly have no reason to delay it. I think there's a winter weather warning. in my area. I'm gonna have to make sure my home's as warm as humanly possible, honestly. For when my mom comes home too, because she has anemia. I have anemia too, but also because I don't want the winter warning to like make the house even more cold. But you know, I could do all that by 4, because I think I'm gonna be ending the stream by 4 anyway. So for right now, we're just gonna name Talarist an heir. If Talarist is the rightful heir, then he must be Duke. But he can't be Duke of both places, so we'll have to give up the title to Sedna and become my subject. Let terrorists worry about replacing their Duke. Very well. So we just stole a Duke. And it's only now that we visit Juliana. I don't know what the game's trying to do here, but, you know. I guess we're gonna start the Lumen route pretty late. We can't really do much by being a Lumen, other than maybe towards the end of the game, but who knows. So I already showed this part. I'll ask what drastic action. What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to it. So, instrument and decoration. My lady, there are letters for you. Another letter from Brandy. Why does she keep writing me? We're never even friends. She seems she's bored and lonely, and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwinnell's birthday party. So this starts the party thing. I don't think we could go to the party. I don't think we have enough stats for it, honestly. That's right, Gwinnell's about to turn 15. She'll be Duchess of Sudbury for real now. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Things that happen on the road. Okay, yeah, just reminding myself that it's gonna be kind of dangerous if we travel. My agents have reported a lot of sightings of bandits recently. Okay. So yeah, flavor text if we got agents, which we did, but they let us know that there would be bandits, so we'll have to send our regrets. Going to Gwinnell's party means we need a whole bunch of other stats we don't really have, so I'd rather stay here. That's sadly what we have to do. And we're gonna sneak out this time. So now we're depressed. We're going to learn double flattery. All of my friends are at Gwinnell's party and I don't get to go. Yeah. So we would have went to the party now, but since we declined, yeah. We didn't have enough court manners to just politely decline it. I sent Gwinnell a letter saying I couldn't come, but it was her mother, the Countess, who replied. I think she's insulted that I didn't consider the event enough important to attend. Yeah, so I think her noble pride, or just her knowing more about noble etiquette, she just got offended at Elodie for not going. But I guess Gwinnell is also upset too, because my friend didn't go to my party, you know? Even if it seems unreasonable, because, you know, Elodie needs to be protected, and she can't be when she's, like, out and about going to a party that's miles and miles away, with little to no guards at her disposal, and bandits around, so yeah. Just a lot of stuff that they didn't really consider, and like, I guess some nobles don't need to consider, honestly. Gonna attend service. And then I'm gonna learn some public speaking. I don't think there's anything I could really do at public speaking right now. There might be something at the end of the game for it, but I don't think I remember. Matters have come to a crisis. Reese, the Duchess of Lilla, has declared civil war. So, yeah, it's because our common approval's really low, and because Reese, really is very pissed off at us because we killed her grandson. I shouldn't laugh at that, but we honestly... It was all our fault, honestly, because if we had sent it there to anyone else, he wouldn't have gotten killed. So, yeah. What? Hindsight's 2020, though. Apparently, she feels you are a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kegel. Ouch. The Duchess of Sudbury is with Lilla. But Goodnell's my friend! Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. Unless, they invade and try to make her surrender to them. Which, hopefully that doesn't happen, I don't think. But it would be kind of cool if they did, and we have to help them, but, the situation in Hellas and Marie is less clear. And knowing how we treated Hellas and her brother, it's possible that they're not on our side either. Military knowledge. There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have available. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. So we're gonna pardon criminals, so yeah, let's pardon some. Alright, let's do that. Criminals probably already know how to fight. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak. We're gonna sneak out while this is going on. And we unlocked, just a cute little tea dress now. Oh shit. Oh, now we're in a civil war. Cool. In all seriousness, it's kind of up in the air what happens, but it's usually easy to win the civil war. But it all depends on how things go, We do have the battlefield, medicine, and whatnot, but we're gonna need public speaking and court manners too, so let's learn them. Learn them quick, learn them good. The negotiator for the rebels has arrived to speak with you. Surrender now and I will be lenient. We are not here for our surrender. We are here for yours. You have one chance to avoid needless bloodshed. Agree to marry one of Duchess Ori's sons. She will become your regent and guide the domain into stability. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Seriously? Fuck you. But, yeah, suggest a compromise, honestly. We could just choose to fight her ass, though. I think we could just get her executed. Suggest compromise. I am willing to marry her son and listen to her advice, but not to give up my crown. Okay, we have the public speaking for it. If we come to blows, there will be no true winner. Good soldiers will die, property will be devastated, the victor's rule will be tainted with blood. I am young, and perhaps the Duchess's wisdom would be useful to me, as advisor, not regent. Let us work together for the good of Nova. Your terms are acceptable. We will, of course, maintain control of our forces in order to prevent misunderstandings. Okay, now that was stressful as hell. I'd imagine that'd be stressful as hell. But let's attend court and get more depressed, I guess. So court manners and then flattery. Yeah, for week 31? Yeah. Oh, loneliness is bonus. As you're walking through a great hall, a freak gust of wind suddenly blows out all the candles in the room. I'll show this off in like another playthrough, but if we did get a civil war and we went to Gwinnell's party, we brought Brittany home to, I guess, convince her that we were gonna go to Old Forest. Because we're dealing with the Civil War, we obviously wouldn't have been able to go, but we could have actually used Brittany as a hostage. It's like, we could have just been like, hey, we have a hostage here, agree to end all this shit, and we'll take Brittany back home. And she just never knows that we used her as a hostage, I don't think. An omen of war and danger. Okay, we got a lore check. But I avoided the Civil War, didn't I? Well, you avoided this war, LD. Will you attack me again? Should I send more soldiers to watch the east, just in case? We could choose not to, but let's dispatch the soldiers anyway. Better safe than sorry. Once that's dealt with, you feel much better. The Duchess of Elaf and her retinue arrive at the castle to take their new places as your ministers and advisors. Somewhat to your surprise, Reese has not brought your new fiancé with her. My intent is for you to wed my youngest son, Thaddeus, as he is the closest to your age. Okay, yeah, here is Reese. She is, I used to call her a boomer. She's decent, I guess. Her former husband was Nyland, Duke of Mead. He's deceased. She had another former husband, which was Giles, Duke Consort of Leland. He deceased. Her recent husband was actually Fabian, Earl of Titan, and he's deceased now. And there's this fuckery that happened between Kevin and one of her husbands, because one of her husbands was like Diddy, straight up like Diddy, and did all kinds of things to Kevin. I don't think I ever covered all that, but I'll cover that at some point as well. So her daughter is Corazandi, Duchess of Mead. I don't think we ever saw her in this playthrough. And she wants us to marry her youngest son, which is Thaddeus, which is 18. Weirdly enough, her daughter, Adele, is 16, but I remember in the gala, it said that Adele was like a few years older than you in school and the Duchess of the Ball Fields, so I don't know. I was thinking a few years older, as in she was like 17 or 18 and on her way out of school. Not like still in school. I just think that's weird because she's only like a couple years younger than you. But, you know, maybe she's turning a certain age like in that year that you're gonna be crowned queen, so. However, he is a fragile boy and unwell at the moment. Okay, so he's not well right now. You remember Thaddeus vaguely from school, and fragile is not a word he would have used to describe him. Angry, unpredictably violent, even in trouble, and a terrible scholar. Now fragile. And he is going to be your husband? Ah, shit. So we're basically screwed. I do hope Thaddeus is not feeling too unwell. Is there anything I could do to assist him, herbs perhaps? Okay, yeah. So, we passed a check. I fear not. Have patience that this will pass, as clouds always do. Is he often clouded? My son is a good boy, too good. Keep telling yourself that. When he was young, he saw something he shouldn't have, something no child should. Oh. It must have been between Kevin and one of her husbands then. Like, she got irate and outright, like, executed him for all that fuckery that he did to Kevin, but I guess Thaddeus must have seen it. What do you mean? I will not speak of it, and neither should you. Do not ask me, do not ask him. Why the fuck did you bring it up? Why the fuck did you bring it up then, bitch? All you had to do was say he's sick. That's it. If he chooses someday to tell you this story, then perhaps that will help him. But it must be his choice. I want this marriage to be good for him. But what about good for me? Yeah. Like, Thaddeus has, he has a bit of baggage that he obviously didn't ask for, but we didn't ask for it either. Like, can we just, at least give him something to help him with his issues first before we even get him into a marriage? Too late to change your mind now. Yeah, we're stuck with this nigga. But hey, it won't be bad. It probably won't be too bad. We just probably can't have any dinners with him, you know? He might break some broken glasses. I want to joke about it so much, but I feel bad for Thaddeus and Kevin. Having to see that and having to go through that, you know? It's two different traumas that can be, but they can very much coexist, you know? You can very much see something horrible happening to a family member and be traumatized by it. But you could very much, actually go through it, you know? It's just all around sad. And for Reese to have to deal with all this, with one of her husbands doing that to one of her, family members. I can't even imagine what she was going through with that. Even if she didn't handle it, perfectly, you know? Which I don't think anyone would. They wouldn't have the tools to really handle that kind of stuff, you know? Mental health's one of those things that isn't talked about today, but, it's more and more commonly talked about. But now in Long Live the Queen, it's just now, mental health really isn't spoken about. It's let's sweep this under the rug. It didn't happen, If he says anything about it, it will be his choice to say. And hopefully, maybe we can get close to Thaddeus and we'll know what happened and he can maybe recover from that. But so far, I don't even know, yeah. I don't know if we were on 31 or 32. I think it's attend services or attend the tomb. So I guess I'll attend service. 32. Okay, yeah. It was attend services. So we're gonna learn poison now. And battlefield medicine. You're really invested into the story. Yeah, there's like so much story in this game, and I don't know how much it costs on Steam or on Switch, but I think it was like $10 last time I checked, and for $10, this game is really worth it. Like, if you want a very story and character-driven game where your actions really do have like an impact on things, and like so much is going on in just 40 weeks of a game, like, this is definitely a game for you. Things have been so unsettled lately, everyone's on edge, we need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. That's a great idea. Knights, jousting, musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? We could offer just about whatever we want here. We'll offer employment. We offer gold, it doesn't really matter. And I think if we offer status and praise, it doesn't really matter. But the winners will have the option of taking up royal appointments. It's a recruitment drive. I think we can also get more soldiers from this. Very well, I will draft the announcements. You leave him to his work. As you move through the hall, your eye falls upon a vase of flowers, pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on one bosom have shriveled. That spoils the whole display. Okay, we have the decoration to know that there's something up. You pick off the dead leaves and adjust the floral arrangement, muttering under your breath about blind butlers. There, that's so much better. Okay, we can get cheerful from it. That's nice. But yeah, just like little tidbits like that. If we didn't have the decoration, we probably would have ignored that vase and we would have never gotten it cheerful by, like, correcting it. You continue up the stairs to your room where a maid is waiting for you. My lady, a gift has arrived from Kegel. From the Duke? No, my lady, a merchant house, I believe. It was sent with the shipment down the Kavala River. You tear open the brightly covered paper to find chocolates! Oh no. There's a little card on the box. We don't have production and trade. I get nervous, honestly. There's a little card with a box with our compliments. The House of Kralets. Oh, we do have the court manners. That's oddly high-handed for some tiny trader I've never heard of. Yeah. So the box seems to be a little bit too pretty for some not well-known trader. All of a sudden, your puppy, who is usually so well-behaved, growls at the tiny box of chocolates and lunges at it. Bad dog, chocolate isn't good for you. Silly thing making such a fuss. There's something suspicious about this. Okay. I don't know. So we needed the dogs for that check, or we would have probably just eaten the chocolate, but then I didn't know that we would have the production. I didn't know that we would have the court manners to even realize something might be wrong, or even the intrigue. So I'm thinking that if you had the court manners and the intrigue, like, it wouldn't have mattered if you have the dogs, so you can use it for something else, but we could save it for later. We could test it for poison. I wonder if we could still test the chicken. Let's see. Test poison. So we can eat it and straight up die. I've already shown that. We could save it for later. And I think someone else will eat it and they'll die. Or we'll test for poison. So we have enough medicine. You know enough about poisons to conduct some simple experiments. Sadly, your suspicions prove correct. Someone has tried to kill you. You send for the guards and begin asking a lot of pointed questions about these chocolates, how they got into your room without a food taster. Okay, yeah. So my notes say save it for later, but I know someone is going to die if I don't do anything. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to visit the tomb. You pay your respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. So yeah. Very, very dark text. We're going to learn some Novan history now. We haven't really learned that this week. Don't know if we have a bonus for it. We don't have the bonus for it, okay. We'll just learn some history this week then, and then play with our toys or something. I don't know. But that was the last assassin check of the game, so now we just have to worry about the war coming up that we can't avoid. And we might die depending on what choices we make, or we might not. I don't know, but the people will be pleased if you participate in their games, however, it will expose you to danger. The people will not be pleased if their promised queen makes a poor showing of herself. Do only what you can do well. What event do you wish to take part in? So, I think we need decoration and presents for a mounted parade. We don't have any swords, we don't have any jousting, we don't have any horses. No fencing, no archery, we don't have much music, and we don't know anything about falcons, so we're not going to participate at all. I don't know if Kevin's going to show up if we do decide to participate in anything, but just in case. I could show that off next time. The tournament goes on without you. After the tournament, you receive a report on the poison chocolates. So, if I had chosen to not test the chocolates, and I knew they were poison, so I went and asked questions like, "Hey, this shit is poisonous. Like, who gave me this?" But the fact that I asked saved someone's life, because, someone were to have seen those chocolates, eaten them, and died. I don't know if they would have still done that if I was in my room, or if I was, up in the castle still. But who knows. The merchant house named on the card is fictitious. No such trader is registered in Kegel. However, the chocolates themselves arrived in a shipment from a trusted supplier, one whose goods are only subject to the occasional sampling checks instead of more thorough scrutiny. Our trade failed, regardless. Surely someone in the palace security should have been paying more attention. So we don't actually have an option on our notes to really do anything, because we were just supposed to save it for later and have someone die. But we could punish the guards, we could punish the supplier, or we could wait for more information. I think wait for more information is good. I need to find my real enemy. This time we have to play with our toys. And we're sad again. But that's fine. Week 34 now. Foreign affairs and world history. World history is the least important least important class we need to take. I think there's only like one check towards the end of the game for like world history. But hey, my notes are saying do something, so you know, we're gonna learn it. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. I'll be there in a minute. There's someone I have to talk to first. You wait for the maid to leave, then hurry off to rendezvous with your agent. Oh, crap. I think that's why they told me to... This game's really weird, and if you get I think if you get Sabine as your agent, and then you ask agents, so earlier we asked, we told our agents to look for commoner uprisings, and we hired Sabine to also be one of our agents, but I think she was working on commoner uprisings when we hired her on, just like our other agents, but I think now with the chocolates, they're prioritizing this over that. I had a quiet chat with the workers on the cargo ship, which carried the poison chocolates. Any new information? Nope. Oh, she's 21. Okay. It gives us her age now. Seems someone has bribed to take that package on board, not in Kigo, but further down the river in Merva. I had a look at the card that came with it and checked it against your correspondence. For a moment, you were mildly annoyed that she somehow managed to get into your personal mail and read it without asking you, but then that is the sort of thing you hired her for. Yeah. And handwriting does bear a certain familiarity to a prominent noble. You wouldn't like this. What is it? Your Aunt Lucille, the Countess of Nyx. What? I can't be certain, but even if she wrote the card, that doesn't mean she's behind the poison. But I'd be careful. If something happens to you, who benefits? Who inherits it? Who inherits? My Uncle Laurent, her husband. If you'd like, I could travel to the ducal seat in Merva, see if I can find out more. Yes, fine, go. Maybe this is all a clever trick or a misunderstanding, and Dad wants to talk to me, which is probably more bad news. Yeah, but now Sabine's focusing on the chocolates, which means I don't think they're gonna focus on the commoner uprisings. Hopefully not. Hopefully they updated the game to change that, but I don't know. You find your father standing over a map of the coastline, his face grave. The Duchess of Lilith is present as well. This must be serious. Ships has been sighted on approach from Sanjia, not trade ships. This is a war fleet. What? Within a week, there will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they will reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. You could try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. Recruiting soldiers won't make a difference because the only thing that really makes a difference, besides if we had lumen powers, which we don't, is our I think our battle strategy, and then if we build boats earlier, which we have some options on how to do that, but we didn't choose those options, so we didn't really have those options anyway, so we're not gonna do that. Now it's too late for that. What about Ixion? After I gave up territory to them, they owe us a favor. They sure as fuck do. Send them a message as fast as possible. If they accept your request, they may be able to provide aid. You'll need to draw up a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. She must not. It would be far too easy for an accident to befall her, far from us shore. Don't talk to me like I'm not here. Oh. Whoops. Don't talk to me like I'm not here. Unless you think your personal skills will make the difference, I would strongly advise against it. So, yeah. Since we have Aris as our advisor, we'll get her opinion on things, and she wants us to not direct a fleet. We don't have the stats to direct a fleet anyway, not to the point that will really make a difference in the first place, so we'll stay in the capital. No, there's too much to do here. I can't go out to sea. I can't go to sea. Do your best and Nova will survive. So yeah. We're gonna play with our toys then. Play with our toys while we're dealing with the foreign threat. Great, you know? Toys make everything better, honestly. Hello, GMC, what's up? I think that's how you spell Sanjia. Okay, let's hurry up and get to Sanjia. So it's gonna go over the Civil War now. Well, not Civil War, it's gonna go over the Foreign War now. That's at the end of the game that you can't really avoid, so danger on the high seas. Ships close in on each other, angling into range. You have the court manners. Your urgent requests for aid from Ixion did not go unanswered. They have sent a flotilla of ships to supplement yours. The Sanjians have half again as many troops as you do. It doesn't look promising. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. Yeah. I'm wondering if we have prepared from the beginning and gotten Ixion, gotten a favor from Ixion by giving up the territory in the beginning. Maybe we could have won the war that way, but I don't know. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered as the Sanjian forces press towards landfall. Many good soldiers were lost today, and Novan's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repeal their invasion, the Sanjian fleet will soon land and their troops will begin to progress towards your capital city. Your remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course, but the main strength of your military has been extinguished. Nova's future looks bleak. And it looks like we're screwed. We're gonna play with toys again because that's all we can really do. And we're still not a Nova. We're still not a Lumen. Because we haven't really done much in terms of, completing the Lumen issue. Finding our crystal, going back to Juliana, and actually activating it so that we could start learning classes to actually use our Lumen powers. So we don't have that at our disposal at all. We're gonna learn lore and lore. But this is when we'll meet the Sanjian King Togami, so... Wait 1 second, guys. I'll need to take a quick short break. BRB. Okay, I am back. Oh, fuck. Now, let's get to the end game. Let's get to the end of the game, I mean. Though the end game is knowing that you survived, like, all 40 weeks, so I think this time we learn lore and lore. Yeah, this time, week 36, we learn lore and lore. We earn the priestess robe. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is, oh, that's right. Do you want their advisory? Okay. Oops. How did it mess up? It's not receiving enough help. Just 412, right? Seriously? It's still saying poor. God damn it. Okay, it's back to normal now. Okay, it's back to normal. I don't know why it took so long to go back to this screen. But alright. Doesn't matter too much. So let me continue. Finish this off. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Sanjian control. Soldiers have marched through villages, trampling fields, and frightening citizens. The diplomatic delegation from Sanjia has requested access to the castle to discuss terms, most likely for your surrender. You lack the strength to hold off their armies, and surrendering now will save many lives. It would seem you have no choice. You prepare yourself as best you can to meet representatives from Sanjia. You expected diplomats and a military representative, a general, or an admiral. You did not expect the handsome man decked in jewels who now stands before you. A man announced by your servants as Togami, king of Sanjia. Is he really their king? Why would a king come all the way here? Okay, so we don't have the foreign intelligence and stuff to really know about him. I think it's pretty high. We don't know that he's Lumen, either. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. And we have the composure to not slap him or try to make the situation worse. You yearn to slap the false sympathy off his oily face, but you force yourself to remain calm. War benefits no one, don't you think? Such a terrible waste. Better to settle things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. Should I win, then your domain will submit, accept me as overlord with no further resistance. Should I lose, then my army will leave your domain in peace and shed no more blood. What sort of game? It is well known that Nova is ruled by lumens. As it happens, I too possess the powers of a lumen. I propose a formal duel, my powers against yours. The winner takes control of Nova, the loser dies. But I'm not lumen. Saving it for the coronation, were you? Such a pity that you'll be unprepared. Well then, go and find your crystal. Becoming a lumen is a very simple matter. Then we can have our duel. What's the point? You know I can't win. Why don't you just kill me now? Because that's not the game. You want to save your people, don't you? I want to fight a lumen. If you're fused, then the war will continue. Plus, you want to collect the crystal that we have, like our mother's crystal. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? I swear it by the gods, Nova will be free and safe. Why take that risk? You're winning the war. It's not your land that I want, it's your crystal. To gain your power, I'm willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? I don't like this, but what choice do I have? Yeah, we don't have the... Oh, crap. We don't have the foreign intelligence to know that he's already married. We could try to accept. What if I marry you instead? Then everything I have is yours as well. Silly little girl, I already told you, your land isn't what matters to me. And I already have a wife. A woman far riper than you. Yeah. So he didn't have the foreign intelligence to understand that he was a king consort. And we actually don't have enough foreign intelligence to know that he was a musician. So singing could have worked here, but it seems we have to accept his terms, which I don't want to do, but it seems like that's where it's gonna go. Accept his terms. Then I must. So we should have died here, but let's see what happens. No, not my little girl. You want to fight the Lumen ruler of Nova? Jocelyn steps in. Your father reaches into his pocket and pulls out a shimmering blue crystal, which he places over his heart. Illuminate. Probably one of the best scenes in this game. Your hair stands on end as a veil of blue sparkle settles over your father, crawling into his skin. When it's over, the jewel has been absorbed into his body without a trace. Fight me. Leave her alone. Oh, this is not what I expected, but it will serve my purposes just as well. Daddy? Be quiet, Elodie. You are not a queen yet. Yeah. You are forced to sit and watch as the two men work out the details of a duel and its stakes, then take their places in a carefully warded circle. Your father crosses his arms, summing up a thick gray fog that swirls around him, hiding him from view. But the Sanjian king conjures a cloud of glowing butterflies which drive into the fog and blow it apart. Then the invader claps his hands together and chants. Fiery red lights cluster over his fingertips and merge together into a pulsing bulb before erupting towards your father. He resists with a beam of blue, catching the infernal energy and pushing it back in Togami's direction. You knew what the outcome would be. You knew it all along. Togami is a trained lumen eager to demonstrate his powers, and your father was your father. Yeah. So if we don't do anything to prepare ourselves, like we don't become a lumen, we don't try to get more fleets to prepare for the war, we don't win the war before he even shows up, it's like Elodie loses her dad. And it's one of the most heartbreaking moments and one of the best moments in the game, honestly. I always said that Jocelyn was worthless, was useless, wasn't really doing much to protect his daughter, but honestly, in this moment, he earns my respect, honestly. I mean, I guess he's just doing what any parent would have done, you know, protecting their kid, but damn, you know. The blue crystal reappears lying beside your father's body like an innocently discarded bauble. But now that blue color is colored by a faint wash of red. The smirking king of Sanjia sweeps the crystal off the floor and tucks it away into his robes. How fitting. First I end your mother's life, and then your father's. That's what he claims, but I'll talk about that later too. You what? You didn't think her death was an accident, did you? That took careful planning. And now the Novan power is mine, and you even get to live. He holds out a hand in front of him, the elegant robe dangling freely. Now kneel and kiss my hand. I get a partial success for composure. You stare at that horrible hand hovering before you. You have a choice. So if I at least get a partial success, I'm able to compose myself enough to just not outright attack him and then get killed right afterwards, so I'm going to just obey, because I don't have any choice. Swallowing your pride, you kneel and press your lips to the back of his cold fingers. Good girl. Well, as I promised, the invasion will end, and my men and I will turn across the sea. Unless one of you is so foolish as to attack me, then all deals are off. No one stirs. Pity. And Juliana was nowhere in fucking sight, stupid bitch. This is why I don't like Juliana, because Juliana should have been the main one involved in fighting. It's like, why do I have to fight Togami when he's more experienced than I am? But it is what it is, you know. It's just, yeah. Play with our toys, I guess. And we're yielding. You get this cute little priestess robe. I don't think it matters too much now, because all of the dangers are just... Well, we already fought all of the dangers off and everything. We could see Juliana, but it doesn't really matter. So I guess we'll just follow the rest of the notes and get to the end of the game. And I'll show off everything next time I play this, but it doesn't matter too much of what we do now. So meditation then. The war has ended and the Sanjians have withdrawn. All throughout Nova, a fragile layer of calm lies over a deeper pit of uncertainty and fear. Rumors have sprung up among the common people that you struck some unholy bargain with King Togami, that you promised him the soul of your firstborn child, that you ritually sacrificed a village boy for him, that you killed your own father because he protested. Your agents have done their best to control the damage by spreading the true story, but they are not always believed. Your musician agent has returned from a mission to Merva. Your Highness, I bring unhappy news. I don't need to know the details, just tell me the truth. Is my aunt trying to kill me? Yeah. It's like we're kind of lonely throughout this whole thing. Towards the end it seems, because our mother passed away in the beginning, but we had our father, we had Lucille, and, Charlotte and them, but it seems now we're about to lose them, and we just lost our dad, so, it's a lonely-ass path, that's for sure. Yes, thank you. You may go. Yeah, I think she gives you more detail, but considering what happened with your father and you're still grieving, you're kind of just like, hey, I just want to know if she's really wants me dead, So even your own family wants you dead. Execute them or do nothing. So my notes say execute them, so yeah. If we had learned the details of what happened, we could have had more choices, but since we're still in grieving, and we just know that they tried to kill us, we don't know if it's like just Lucille or everyone, so then you'll just have to kill them first. You draft orders for your aunt and uncle and your cousins to be arrested as soon as possible. Let's go see Juliana's bitch ass. I can't believe it. All this time my father was a lumen. No, he was not. What do you mean? Your father carried a crystal, but he had never bonded with it until that day when he was forced to defend you. Forced? Fuck you. It must have been passed down in his family. The line of Galores is well educated in the lore of the past. Had you been only his heir and not the Princess of Nova, perhaps he would have taught you differently. There's so much he never taught you, and now you'll never know. Why didn't you help him? If he wasn't a lumen until just that moment, you knew he had no choice. Why didn't you fight Togami? Isn't that what you're supposed to be for? Did you not listen? That maid came to claim the power of the Novan Royal Crystal. Togami accepted your father's challenge because your father was the king. Therefore, he believed incorrectly that he had found the prize he was looking for. My challenge would not have satisfied him. That's just an excuse. Yeah, it is an excuse. Like, Juliana was nowhere in sight. Like, she didn't do shit if she was even there to begin with, which I doubt it. Like, it's kind of funny to me how Juliana wasn't there when Fidelia passed away, and she wasn't there when Jocelyn was being killed, You have no idea what others have sacrificed in your name. Do not presume to criticize. Fuck you, bitch. I can criticize whoever I wish. Fuck you, Juliana. You lived and your crystal is safe. You may take up your powers at your coronation as planned. Then, if you wish, we can train you in the strength you will need to seek vengeance. Come on, Lumen. Do you really want to do that now? If you had your powers, it would have been you and not your father in that duel. My notes say I'll do it, so fuck it. Fine, I'll do what I have to do. I'm going to refuse at some point, but for right now, so for right now, I need... This is more devastating than I thought it would be. I never thought I'd get this ending right now. Man. Can you imagine losing both of your parents like this? Yeah, we maxed out meditation, and then now I have divination. So we'll probably have some flavor text about maxing out our lore, but other than that, nothing else. Even within your castle, it's impossible to avoid the rumors. The Mad Queen, the Bloodthirsty Queen, the Cursed Queen. Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your cousins, all dead. Even an illiterate peasant can read that omen. The only family you have left now is your father's brother Armand, the Duke of Mazomba. And like many other nobles, he doesn't appear to be eager to speak with you right now. Your agents report to you with bad news. Your popularity among the common people has fallen so low that there is now widespread talk of rebellion from the city elite and village peasant alike. If you don't act quickly, the situation will get out of control. What can you do to make yourself more popular? I could heal the sick, I can make a public appearance, or I could stage a free concert. Honestly, I think making 2 of those 3 choices will just get me kills. But, you know. This is probably like bottom of the barrel, commoner, and even noble approval at this point. I mean, I don't really have much of anyone on my side anymore. Probably not even Reese, you know, if I ask her for advice on this, but I'll heal the sick, I guess. You decide to offer your specialized medical knowledge to the poor and downtrodden who do not always have access to a cunning woman. Your skills are more than sufficient to ease most problems that people dare to bring to you. Your biggest worry is running out of Valoran. Your people are awed that you would take the time to tend to them yourself. You're awed. Okay. That combined with the unusual number of cats who have come out into the street to watch your progress, an omen of royalty and divine favor, seems to be enough to restore your popularity. Oh, okay. So I think I was trying to get that one last time. I was trying to get the cats, and I think I was trying to test poison with like a chicken. But I don't think I had enough stats for this playthrough, but I had enough to get the cats. For some reason there's cats that appeared when I tried healing, so Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation of queen. Have you done enough to build a stable, Nova? Okay, yeah. I've seen this before. Well, I went over this before. Concerning the recent tragedy, celebrations may appear to be in poor taste. The size and scope of any such feast depends on what expense the royal treasury is willing to bear, so... we can have an extravagant feast, which, yeah. Roasted meats, cakes, chocolate, wine, enough for everyone, and I can give out commemorative cups and coins. And usually Lucille and co, so Charlotte and her, like Lucille's husband would arrive because our father just passed away, but since we arrested them and we're gonna have them executed, we're not gonna do that this time, so we're gonna play with our toys. I guess we'll be ending things off just with some moral demeanor. Because it doesn't really matter at this point what we learn, or what we really do. Let's see, composure and elegance then. I'll max those out. Castle is buzzing with preparations for your upcoming coronation. Ministers press you with details for your favorite colors and flowers and so on. You're happy? Okay, you have decoration. You're happy to collaborate with the designers to ensure you are shown off the best possible effect. You're still so young after all. Good design will help a lot in making you look like a queen. Others are more interested in the subject of your marriage. It can't take place until you are of age, of course, and considering all the preparations and needs to recover from the coronation. Not for much longer than that. Still, it doesn't stop people from buzzing around and full of ideas and suggestions. So, earlier, because of the Civil War, and we decided to compromise with them, we have to marry Thaddeus. So, we would have had the option to choose if that wasn't the case, but it's still the case, honestly. We could get her pressured. But, honestly... 10 services? Oh, 10 services, fuck it. And we ended off this game by being pretty yielding. I'm gonna just max out presents and... yeah, all I can really do is max out presence and then faith. You imagine things that you want to happen in the near future, then convince yourself and others that those things will happen. You organize a group of castle staff and coach them through carrying out a complicated multi-stage task. I guess it's like being a leader, I guess. At this time last year, you were celebrating your 14th birthday. You were in the school gardens, surrounded by your friends. A teacher brought you tea and cakes, while a wealthy merchant's son wove a crown of flowers for your head. It didn't matter so much that you were a princess then. Your title was something for the future. Many of your peers would be duchesses or earls or the like someday. Not then, you were children. Your parents could not attend on the actual day, but they did send wonderful gifts, some for you and some for you to share. And a week later, they came for a visit, and your mother took you with her through the countryside in a splendid carriage. It was the last time you would ever see her. You wonder if, wherever she is, she can see you now. You're 15 years old, a legal adult. You have worked and studied and suffered and prepared, and now the time has come. You kneel before the priestess, barely hearing her words as she recites the blessings. She calls upon the guards to deliver peace, wisdom, and prosperity to you. Through all of you, to all of Nova, and then she calls upon you, your oath of rulership. Will you guide and govern and protect your people to the best of your ability, according to law and custom? I will. Will you, to the best of your power, uphold the ideals of love, honor, justice, and mercy? I will. Lords and ladies assembled, I present to you your undoubted queen, who has sworn her loyalty. You who have come to give homage, will you do the same? I'm trying my best not to cry because of all that happened in the game. One at a time, the head of each duchy approaches your throne and kneels to swear his or her service to you and your heirs. People of Nova, I give you Elodie, daughter of Fidelia, your true sovereign. What say you all? Long live the queen! Long live the queen! Long live the queen! Thank you, I will. And so we survived. After the coronation and a private ceremony with the High Priestess, Elodie was officially offered her mother's crystal. That light and power would become a part of her, a tradition that has been passed down for hundreds of years. So became Lumen. The following year, Elodie and Thaddeus were married in a quiet ceremony attended by only the noble elite. Elodie was surprised to discover that for all his rebellious ways, her husband had no romantic experience at all. The wedding night ended in a cautious truce with plans for slow progress in the future. The tragic events of the past year left a large gap in the Novan power structure, with both Caloris and Merva now lacking in leadership, because our father passed away and can't give any heirs since he's not around at all. And Merva, well, Lawrence and his whole family got executed. As she had only been closely related to both dukes and their territories lay close to the capital city, Elodie chose to temporarily claim those lands for the crown and put them under her direct control. This was the first step too far for the remaining nobility. Facing the prospect of universal revolt, the new queen backed down and agreed to elevate minor lords and ladies to fill the vacant roles. The subject of magic and lumens remained a slightly uncomfortable one. Okay, yeah. So this is I'm surprised that we got the normal Lumen ending. This is this is just the ending where it's like, hey, being a Lumen is okay for some people, but we still have the prejudice of other Lumens, And the main one who does is Juliana. True to his word, Togami and the Sanjians ignored Nova in the years to come, focusing their efforts instead on the far northern continent of Borealis. Yeah, because I think there was a lore check sometime in the game, or there was a class you could take, a lore class that told you that Borealis was full of magic and crystals or something, but I don't think it's actually true. Long ago, Borealis had been home to the largest known collection of lumens in the world, and their crystals remained, and Togami found them he could become unstoppable. And yet, he did make mistakes. He had failed to remove all the crystals of power from Nova, after all. If he came their way again, this time the Novan lumens would be ready for him. And then there's a hospital. So there's a good thing that happened. And we got the royal demeanor ending, I guess. Elodie was her mother's daughter, possessed of a royal grace and humility even as a young woman. The quiet power would only deepen over the years, and thus Queen Elodie's legacy stretched into the future. So that's the end of the game for now, so... So, our father passed away. We ended up executing Lucille and all of her family, including Charlotte, and, you know, Lucille's husband as well. We were able to survive Togami, but at the cost of our dad. So we're basically an orphan now. I want to try my best to not cry. It's not funny at all, but it's really depressing. It really is. Our common approval was really, really low, but we ended up healing. We ended up at least doing damage control by healing people. And we actually got a cat, so I think we got the cat achievement from that too. I think that's the only achievement we got this time, but yeah, that was Long Live the Queen. I can show you the rest of the different paths you can take for that playthrough later, but for now, I think I need to go and, yeah, do some house stuff and just relax for the rest of the day, or if I'm going to stream again, I'll let you guys know, but yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you! Oh, I never got the Civil War ending. That's right.